Good afternoon. It's John again. I'm a little bit cleaned up here. Got a haircut, grabbed got a shave, and I'm ready to play some Immaculate Grid. New day, new hair, new me. All that stuff. I'm gonna get right into sharing, and we will take it away. And then I think I'll play the Sporkle game that was recommended to me. So without further ado, I'm gonna press refresh and let's get into it. Ooh, we just have the Cleveland Guardians in the middle there. So Cleveland Guardians, we're gonna have to line them up with Rookie of the Year, 40 homer season, and 500 career home runs batting. Um, as opposed to some other kind. I guess you could give up 50, 500 career home runs pitching, but you'd have to give up a lot of home runs for a long time to do it. Let's see here. And then we've got 200 hits, Silver Slugger. Hmm. It's an interesting little minefield. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. All right. I guess let's knock out Cleveland first. Rookie of the year. What do we think of Joe? That guy. Charbonneau. Only played a couple seasons. Ooh, he's really popular. Okay. I guess I should have taken a step back and thought about that, but because I thought that was going to be a lot more obscure, but maybe there just haven't been that many. I know Manny Ramirez finished second to Bob Hamlin in 1994, which is kind of a weird sentence to say out loud. I'm trying to think of anyone recent. I think Sabathia was like second in 2001 to Ichiro, who will also work here. I came up with him really quick, but now I'm trying to think of who the others were. No, I don't think Larry Doby was rookie of the year, 1948. Yeah, okay. Um, all good. Let's see, 40 homer season batting. Some options include Jim Thome, Manny Ramirez, Albert Bell, Travis Hafner, Al Rosen. Um, there's a guy in the 30s. I think had over 40. Trotsky. It was Tros. I don't think it was Trotsky. Hal Trotsky. I think that's the guy. He had over 40 home runs one year. 40 home runs and over 160 RBIs or something crazy like that. Yeah, point 0.6. That's a better number. Now let's before I rush I say I rushed into it, but now that I'm trying to think of it, I'm not sure I can come up with any other rookies of the year besides Joe Charbonneau. You know who also got second? Kenny Lofton in 1992 got second to Pat Listash of the Brewers. That was the first time the Brewers had ever won a rookie of the year. And I don't know, Sizemore? I don't think he won it. Hafner didn't win it. Lindor and Ramirez, I don't think either of them won it. Kipnis maybe? No. Yeah, I'm I might have identified the only Cleveland player I can who won Rookie of the Year. So this is not going to be a super great grid, but that'll be an interesting one to go over. I don't know Rookie of the Year that well, as it turns out. All right, 500 career home runs, players that have been in Cleveland. Let's see, Sheffield, no. Ernie Banks, no. Mel Ott, no. Eddie Matthews, no. Matthews does work for Detroit and Houston, as well as the Braves, obviously, but not Cleveland. Frank Thomas, no. Ted Williams, no. Willie McCovey, no. All three of those guys at 521. Mantle, no. Ortiz, no. Ramirez, yes. Schmidt, no. Frank Robinson will work. Frank Robinson was manager. Eddie Murray will work. I skipped over Eddie Murray because I started from the bottom, but Eddie Murray had like 504 home runs or something like that. He'll work. He played a little bit in Cleveland, but that was more recent than Frank Robinson playing in Cleveland. But when Frank Robinson was in Cleveland, he was also player manager, and he was the first black manager in MLB history. So kind of a historic event there. Maybe that would be more famous than Eddie Murray playing 2 seasons in Cleveland. Nah, I'm gonna go with Frank Robinson. I think that's the best bet. Tommy will obviously work. Just marching my way back up. Yeah, let's go Frank Robinson. 6%. All right. Um, so now we're here. 500 home runs, Silver Slugger. So we need people who I'm pretty sure we're going to need someone who played after 1980. I'm trying to think of anybody who maybe like got their 500th career home run after 1980 and still won a Silver Slugger, but hit the bulk of their home runs beforehand. Thing is, I think there weren't a lot of people doing that. Um, like Aaron and Mays both retired in the 70s, as did Robinson. So none of them were going to win Silver Sluggers because the first one was in 1980. Um, so you're basically looking at people who've played their entire careers after 1980, I think. Um, and so that leaves you with yeah, Sheffield. I mean, I guess for both of these we can think. Sheffield, I'm pretty sure won a Silver Slugger at some point, so he'd work. Um, Rookie of the Year is also going to be kind of a tricky one. There's plenty of landmines there that I need to make sure I avoid. um, I wonder, does Jason Jennings work? No, I don't think he does. I He won Rookie of the Year with the Colorado Rockies, had like a 4.50 ERA, which is pretty good for Denver. And I want to say he was a pretty good hitter. I don't think he won Silver Slugger though. Um, yeah, let's be careful on that one. Let's see, 4,500 home runs. So Bonds will work. Pujols will work. A-Rod will work. Um, quite confident in all of them. Eddie Murray is, I guess, someone who, he'll work here. Um, yeah, I know he won at least I think he won a couple Silver Sluggers, but not a ton because Steady Eddie, that's who he was. But I think he was like 83, 84 time frame. I know he was battling Cecil Cooper and Don Mattingly, so but he definitely I think he won it for that 1990 season in Los Angeles, which was chapter 1 of my book, was about his 1990 season. Um, let's go with him. Just because I think a lot of people will pick him here. Okay, it takes 3%. All right. 40 home runs, Silver Slugger. Yeah, here I just have to be careful because I'm trying to think of some obscure players to hit over 40 home runs, but if a player hits over 40 home runs, they're pretty much not obscure. Especially if they're winning the Silver Slugger. Um, how about David Justice? I'm very confident he won Silver Sluggers in both Atlanta and Cleveland and had a couple 40 homer seasons, one in Atlanta and then one split between Cleveland and the Yankees. He'd also work for Rookie of the Year though, but I think I can come up with someone else. 0.1. So that's pretty good. And then Silver Slugger Rookie of the Year. If I'm not going to go with Justice, which I can't at this point. Let's see. Braun will work. Ryan Braun. I think if there's any pitchers who might work. As we've established, Dontrell Willis will not work. Mike Piazza will work. Then, let's see. We have established that Willie McGee never did not win Rookie there. He was third. I had to look that up one time because I was on the precipice of playing him, and then I went with someone else, and it was lucky I did because I thought he had won Rookie of the Year. Um, Jeter. Jeter will be a popular one. Aaron Judge will be a popular one. Got that Yankee bump. Um, some other rookies of the year because I think that's a good strategy. Um, I think this is going to be a bold call, but I'm going to say I think Tim Salmon won a Silver Slugger in 1995, and he also won Rookie of the Year in 1993. He does not work for All-Star. He's one of the best players ever, if not the best, to never make an All-Star team in the All-Star era. Um, he had a strong second half. He finished with over a 330 batting average, over 400 on base percentage, 30 plus home runs. And what also I think would do it is Ken Griffey Jr. was injured in 1995, which I also wrote in my book about how um, players who had iconic seasons 1 year off from their big team seasons. Griffey had, iconic seasons in 93, 94, 96, 97, 98. I mean, all years in the 90s except the most iconic season in Mariners history, 1995, other than maybe 2001. In any event, he did not make well, I mean, he would not have won a Silver Slugger that year. Albert Bell certainly would have. And I think that might be it. So I'm going to go Tim Salmon. I think that's a good guess. Relatively obscure. 0.2. All right. Not super obscure. I mean, it's one of the best players in Angels history, but I think that's a solid pick there. All right. So now 200 hits in a season. Yeah, that's an interesting one because players who have over 500 career home runs tend to get walked a lot more. And a lot of the players on that list also tend to not be guys with huge batting averages. Usually not. I mean, in some cases, I mean, Barry Bonds was about 300. Henry Aaron was just over 300. Willie Mays was just over 300. Babe Ruth is up around 340. But I'm pretty sure Ruth will work for 200 hits, even though as much as he walked, just because when you can't hit 375 and 390 in some years and not get 200 hits. I don't think. I mean, you can, but I think he probably got 200 hits. Pujols will work. Pujols had one season of 200 hits. It was 2003. And then once you get like healthy full seasons out of Jim Edmonds, and I think they actually were healthy, but I think by 2004, well, yeah, no, I actually that is why I was completely backwards. You have Jim Edmonds and Scott Rowland in the lineup by 03. Pujols is still kind of young, but I think that's the last year that he gets an opportunity to get 200 hits because he just draws a lot more walks after that. A-Rod will also work. A-Rod's 1996 season, he had a whole bunch of hits. And as we make our way down, I can't say Frank Robinson with any certainty. I'm very positive. Mark McGuire did not. Griffey, I don't think so. Sosa might have once in 2001, I want to say. He might have gotten 200 hits. Sosa didn't draw a lot of walks. Um, I feel like Melot probably did, but I can't say it with a ton of confidence. I don't think Sheffield did. Covey, Williams, Thomas, I don't think any of them did. All right, I'm beating around the bush a little bit here. Pretty sure I'm Mike Schmidt, Ney Ramirez, David Ortiz. Don't think so. I think Bonds might have done it once. 93, his first year in San Francisco. I think he might have gotten to 200 hits. Man, who do I go with in that circumstance? Ernie Banks is someone I think got to 200 hits. Ah, man, I'm probably, this video is going to be way too long because it's just going to be me rambling. Sorry, y'all. Um, I'm going to go Bonds. Nope, I was wrong. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. All right. A-Rod definitely did. Let's try to redeem ourselves over here. 200 hits and 40 home runs. I was so sure Bonds had done it once, but he drew so many walks. Yeah, I guess that was, yeah, I was just wrong. All right. Let's see. 40 home runs and 200 hits. Because I don't need to go with someone with 500. I could go with someone substantially less. It doesn't have to be in the same year. Um, well, now I'm all messed up. Braun will work. Different seasons. 0.5. And 200 hits for a rookie of the year. Any rookie of the year. Um, any rookie of the year. Nomar will work. And they don't have to be in the same year. Braun would have worked there too. 2%. All right. Man, I danced around a lot. So let's see here. So first of all, so Sandy Alomar takes 50. I did want to see this even before I messed up. Chris Chambliss, more of a Yankee fan, and Herb's or Yankee fame, 0.5 WAR, interesting. And then Herb Score, who I have used before, who's a good play for 200 strikeouts. Um, and then yeah, there were a lot of options. Ruth would have worked. Frank Robinson would have worked. I was right about Pujols and Palmeiro. I knew I should go with Palmeiro. I knew that. Well, if I'd come up with him. Aaron, I also knew. How many? Just out of curiosity, I don't know what I was thinking about the 1993 season because he was drawing a lot of walks by then. So it's not like, oh yeah, he wasn't particularly close at all. Where did I get? Did I think I might? I must have been thinking of his OPS plus. That's that's silly. He was never even close. He was walking way too much, and I knew that. I just thought there was like one year in there where he got it, and people weren't going to think of that. Aaron was going to be the highest. Okay. All right. Well, I should have done better. Turns out only 27% of people got the uh, Joe Charbonneau or just any rookie of the year. So this is definitely one of those weird grids, but I definitely should have gotten that one. All right. Well, I am gonna call it there. I'm gonna play a round of Sporkle here. and get this thing uploaded. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace.